Welcome to the Merry Christmas special, everyone. Happy holidays. Over the past 2 weeks, I've been working very hard on this video. Now, you may be asking yourself what exactly this video is. This is the Apex Legends gun tier list. Since December 1st, I've been categorizing all of the weapons in Apex Legends, not including care package weapons, of course. They all deserve to be S tier. They're all perfect. I don't understand why I really have to say this, but yes, these are my opinions. I'll also be talking about how Respawn can improve or nerf certain guns. So let's see which guns are amazing and not so amazing. Roll the intro! And here we have our tier list. I will be ranking guns from S to F, and because I'm not a psychopath, I will be removing E tier from this list because we only rank S, A, B, C, D, and F. Of course. Let's start with F tier, shall we? Starting with F tier, no, I don't believe any guns belong in this tier. Now, there are a lot of people that believe that one gun belongs in this tier, Mozambique. But no, if a gun can do damage, it's not automatic D tier. So let's skip straight to D tier, shall we? Now, in D tier, we have two weapons. The L-Star and the Mozambique. The first gun that we have in D tier is the Mozambique. This gun is, in almost everyone's opinion, the worst gun in the game, and rightfully so. Without a hop-up, it does less than 30 damage, and even with one, feels weaker than an inflatable ball. Unless your opponent is standing completely still, looting your teammate's rotting corpse, you're not going to be able to hit any shots with this gun. You only have 4 shots to work with. Please drop this gun once you can. Sure, if you can land your shots with hammer points, it can be insanely powerful in situations, but if you use this gun at long range, it feels as if I've just thrown a wet paper napkin from across the room and just hit someone in the face with it. It's more annoying to deal with than good. Now, Respawn already gave this gun another shot to work with, but that really didn't do anything for this gun. And I think the Apex community is finally starting to understand that this gun is a joke, and Respawn never wants this gun to be good. Now we have the L-Star. Now, the L-Star came into this game as a care package weapon. It was amazing. Keyword was, this gun is an inaccurate mess. It's impossible to hit your shots with, there's no barrel stabilizer, and the recoil is more than when you crash into a building and burn out. If you can land your bullets, the damage can be lethal, but if you want to use this kind of medium to long range, good luck. It's very easy to buff the L-Star by just giving it 30 more bullets to work with before it overheats, or giving it access to barrel stabilizers so you can actually land your shots. Because of this, I suggest dropping these guns the second you can find something else. Up next is C tier. In C tier, up first we have the longbow. Ammo reduction really hurt this gun. Let's just be honest though, the snipers in this game are trash ass. With this game, sniper ammo needs to be buffed immensely, including the longbow. In the right hands with a skull piercer, yes, it can be insane, but off the bat, it's really, really bad. Unless you're a pro player like Asu who can use longbows like a Wingman, or me, for example. Yeah, like take a look at that. Woohoo! But really though, this gun is average, which is why it belongs in C tier. Next, we have the P2020. From afar, this gun looks absolutely and utterly broken. With hammer points, it's absolutely insane. But without it, it's complete trash. I really hate that this gun's whole platform, or defense against its utter trashness, really stems from the hop-up, and even with one, it almost feels as weak as the Mozambique. Oh, that rhymed. Anyway, P2020, C tier. It's garbage, but it's usable garbage, unlike the Mozambique, which is why it's in C tier. Now we have the RA45. This gun is not what you want to have in the endgame, or even in the middle of a massive fight, especially if it's your main gun. Let's just actually, forget that. Let's just all throw that all out of the frickin' window. Don't have this gun in your inventory. Please, just don't. It's almost as bad as the Mozambique. Yes, it does have the highest DPS of any pistol in the game, but still, it has trash damage, trash reload time for a gun of its size. It's trash to aim with because its recoil is almost as much as the L-Star. If you use the RA45 as a side gun when the Mastiff or Wingman is a thing, who hurt you? Next up is the Charge Rifle. This is the only hit scan weapon in this game, but it's still absolutely terrible. The reload time is absolutely absurd. The damage is trash. I don't even really think I have to really go into detail about why this gun is at C tier. It's just really bad. Next up, we got the Sentinel. This is the second worst weapon in the sniper class due to its slow fire rate and weak damage. Before when you charged up a Sentinel, it would crack enemies' shields and get rid of it completely when you landed any shot. If this gun still had that ability, it would probably be B tier, but because it only does slightly more damage when being charged up, I'm giving it a C tier. Plus, I kind of want to keep my shield, so yeah, C tier. Now we have B tier. These guns are just outclassed by A and S tier in either their damage, their magazine size, or their built-in scope. First up, we have the Alternator. This gun is the exact gun that I think about when I hear the words average weapon. This gun is insane by itself and in close range, but where its power lacks is its damage. To easily buff this gun, Respawn could easily just increase its damage by maybe 5%. They already increased the magazine size a while back, and I really don't think that did anything for this gun, so I think they should just increase the damage, and that would probably be the best way to buff the Alternator, but I think that this is a very good spot for this gun. Now we have the flatline. A lot of people think that this gun is A or even S tier, and I can understand why people say that. The damage is insane, and the fire rate is also really, really good. Without a barrel stabilizer allowing for recoil the size of an elephant to happen in a small magazine size, I'm gonna have to put this gun in B tier. I'm sorry, but almost any other AR in the game would be better than the flatline in most scenarios. The range is also pretty bad. It cannot fire past the 100-meter mark, and if it can, it does really weak damage past that point. I would rather choose the Hemlock or the R301 over the flatline in almost all scenarios. Lastly, in B tier, we have the Triple Take. The Triple Take is the best weapon in the sniper class. It makes up for its small magazine size for its sheer power and accuracy from long range. This gun is so good you can use it at all ranges. Long range, medium range, heck, even short range. It's so good you can even use it as a shotgun. This is the best sniper to have all game. The built-in scope for this gun is the best in the game. The only way to really buff this gun would be to increase its body shot damage, but that would be about it, and I think this is still the best sniper in the game no matter what. Now we have A tier. These guns can easily be your main weapons throughout the whole game. Get ready, because there's a lot in here. First up in A tier, we have the Wingman. This gun is the best pistol and side gun in the game due to its absolute versatility. This gun can be used from 300 meters away. You can use it as a sniper as well as in close range. In medium range with a Wingman, it's absolute death. If I have a triple take or a longbow and I see a Wingman, I will take it. If you're not good with a Wingman, practice using it. It's the best gun in the game in terms of versatility. And God forbid that you have a hop-up on it, such as a skull piercer or a quick draw, or you will terrorize the entire lobby. Now we have the Havoc Rifle. I don't even think I really have to explain why this gun is OP, but I will anyway. You see, there's this little tiny item, it's called a turbocharger. A Havoc with a turbocharger is the equivalent of duct taping 3 R301s together and giving an increased fire rate, good damage. It's that good. Without a turbocharger, this gun is not as good, but it's still absolute death. Easy to hip fire with, the only downside is that it uses the least common ammo in the game. Up next is the Devotion. This gun was busted when it was a care package weapon and hasn't been nerfed since it got taken out of them. This gun is OP, but the charge up time is ridiculous, and that's the only reason it's not an S tier. The bullet speed and fire rate increases over time, as well as the damage. This is the best gun in the game when just focusing on DPS. The bullets on this gun hit the target instantly. This is faster than a triple take. An LMG that hits its targets faster than a sniper and does more DPS? Sign me up. Next up, we have the Spitfire. I feel like this gun is like the grounding point for A tier. With how easy this gun is to use, it's got a fast fire rate, good damage, really good damage, and even bullet spread. This gun is great for starting to mid-game scenarios, but I wouldn't use this gun in the end game unless you have all purple attachments, of course. Almost done with A tier now, I promise. And now we have the Evade Auto. With full attachments, this gun is better than the Mastiff, but with a shotgun bolt and no scope, this gun is just slightly outclassed. This gun, while it may seem, does not rely on the hop-up, double tap. If this hop-up went away, I don't think anyone would really care, and people would still main this gun. Now we have the Hemlock. This gun is absolutely and utterly broken, and the only reason it's not an S tier is because this game is mainly and solely dependent on DPS. The faster you can kill your enemies, the better. And the fact that this gun is only burst or single fire means that your enemy can kill you 10 times faster than you could kill them with something like a Volt or an R301. To end off A tier, we have the Mastiff. This shotgun is, in my opinion, the best in the game, minus the Peacekeeper, of course. If you have a purple shotgun bolt on it, you have death in the palm of your hand. You can use it from long range, and still do medium amounts of damage. You can even hit 3 targets at once, and it's just a smidge away from being as good as the Peacekeeper. Now it's time for S tier. These guns are the best of the best, and terrorize us all. First up, we have the G7 Scout. It is the best sniper. This is because it is the most accurate, has the fastest fire rate, and is able to use light ammo. Oh my god, light ammo. Yes, it doesn't do the most damage out of all of the long-range weapons, but it does enough damage that you're going to be able to one-tap them with something like a Wingman or even a punch. Yeah, it doesn't have access to the big boy scopes, but even without them, it's still one of the most accurate guns in the game, no question. Also, I know it can use double tap, but just like the EVA 8 auto, if it went away, nobody would really care. So the funny thing at this point in Apex Legends is that The best sniper in the game isn't even in the sniper class. It's a light ammo gun. Next, we have the R301. This gun is great at everything it does. It just has a very small mag size and a large amount of recoil. But with some attachments, even gray attachments, this gun is insane, absolutely overpowered. The built-in scope is better than most in the game. It shreds through enemies at all ranges and the easiest AR to use in the game. I would be afraid to buff this gun and feared that it would decimate us all. Now we have the R99. This gun is, in my opinion, the best gun in the game, besides the care package guns, of course. It's like someone took the accuracy of a Wingman, fire rate of a Devotion, the damage of a Prowler, and combined it into one insane gun. You can use the R99 at all ranges. This gun is perfect, and now it's back in the game, instead of in care packages. It's dominating lobbies once again. When you acquire this gun in the game, prepare to cause some destruction, chaos, terror, smidge of vehicular manslaughter, probably some type of fraud. Last but certainly not least, we have the Volt SMG. The Volt SMG is the best energy gun in the game. The mag size is high, it's got almost no recoil, the accuracy is insane, the damage from it is some of the most in the game. It's just a powerhouse of a gun. I wouldn't be surprised if this was the next gun to be added to care packages. This is the best SMG in terms of usability. You can use it at close range, medium range, even long range if you really wanted to. If you pick up a Volt SMG in an Apex game, prepare to blow every single enemy that comes across your path to absolute kingdom come. Thank you guys so much for watching. This video took 3 weeks to make. It was a pain in the butt to gather all of the clips and edit it all together, but I'm so glad it's finally done. I think it turned out really well, and I hope you do too. And if you could show some support by just hitting that like button, or maybe even subscribing, that would be great. Happy holidays, and goodbye.